Hi there, good morning once again. Today I'm going to be doing something different from what I've been doing. So this is not a tutorial like the previous videos. So I have someone I follow on X. His handle is Chinedu_10. So he's a Rust developer. He recently made a live stream where he was solving some lead code problems in Rust. They're not complex problems, but they were really interesting. I've not done any lead code before. I've just been learning and building little Rust projects. So what I'm going to be doing is one of the tasks he did. So it's actually a program that returns true or false when given an array of integer values. So that is what he did. So for example, we have 1 2 3 4 5 4, an array of integer values. So the program returns true or false when given an array of integer values. So the true or false is if there is a duplicate. So for this, because one of the values here is repeated, so we have 4 in 2 places, so this is supposed to return true because it's a duplicate. But if we have something like 1 2 3, so there is no repetition. That's the whole thing. That's what the program does. So when I watched the video of how he implemented it, he said there are multiple ways: the brute force, two-way for loop. So there's a for loop and another loop. So but he used a different method which is more efficient, and that's always the better approach, especially when it's not just for a lesson but for a real world use case. So when I watched the video, I understood what he did, but when I got back to redo it from scratch, from my understanding, to know why and what he did, why he did it, so I understood a whole lot more. So with Rust, the more you solve problems, the more you understand things, the more you read, the more you get a wider understanding. So when you face problems, you can know what to do. You get? So I don't want to talk too much, but let me just say expanding your knowledge is like having several tools at your disposal. So you have a hammer, you have a nail, you have a gum. You know that when you need to stick two things together, you use a gum. You know when you need to push in a nail into wood, you use the hammer. You know when to use the nail, the hammer, the gum, a measuring tape, etc. So, but if you are not aware that there is a tool called a hammer, a tool called a tape or gum, you won't know what to do at different situations. So let's just get into the coding part. So like I said, you give the program a collection of integer values, and it returns true or false. True if it contains a duplicate, false if it does not. So we're going to start by writing our main function. So currently it's empty. Inside our main, let's create a variable. Let's call it an array. I think that's what it did. Let array equal. So this is going to be a vector of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 4. So yep, we have our array set up. So we are going to create a function that we call is duplicate. So this is what the function is going to be called. So it is going to return true or false. So returning true or false is a boolean. It's a boolean type. So you can see could only be either true or false. Represents a value which could only be true or false, 0 or 1. So this function needs to take a value as a parameter. So it needs to take, let's call it norms. So it's going to look at a value that contains integers. So we're going to say this will be a slice of i32. So for the body of the function, so this is what he did, and when I was doing it myself, I got to understand why he did it that way and why it worked. So there is a data type. Is that a data type or a type? Sorry, in Rust called a HashSet. So it's like like the sets we do in maths. So it has so many methods. It does not allow duplicate. So if you put in a list of numbers, it does not allow repetition. Okay, so that's one of its use cases. It's also very efficient. So to get that into our program, we have to bring it into scope. So we get that from the standard library. std is a standard library inside the module called collections. From the collections module, the type is called a HashSet. So if you guys can see a HashSet type. So it's not a what did I say before? I think I said something else and I corrected myself. So HashSet. Now we can use this in our program. So inside of this function, we are going to create an empty HashSet. So let's say collection, or let's say call equal to HashSet. We get into the type, and this is an associated function, new. So this creates an empty. Let's look at this. The HashSet set is initially created with capacity of 0, so it's empty. Okay, so because we are going to be modifying this later, we have to use the mute keyword here, because we are going to be pushing the values from our parameter, the argument, into the HashSet. So we're going to use the for loop, so it goes over each of the items in the array. Okay. I didn't use a vector here because this will make it more open or dynamic. So whether it's a vector, an array, or whatsoever, it's going to work. So this is just like looking at a slice. So we're going to do for number, because this is nums, for num in num, for num in nums, for num in nums. Okay. So this is already a reference. What do we want to do? We want to insert each. So we use the insert method. We want to insert num. So for each of the numbers in our nums, we want to insert each of them into our new hash set. So call this collection dot insert num. Now what he did was this: this dot insert returns a boolean. So you can see it returns a boolean. It returns true or false if it modified the hash set. That is, if the set did not previously contain this value, it will return true. If the set already contained this value, it will return false. Okay, so now if call.insert num, let's return true. So the return type here will be cleared. Return true. Then if nothing of such happens here, it returns false. So if if this line does not run, like if at some point it skipped a number. So skipping a number means it's a duplicate. That means it's already in the hash set. That means it's a duplicate. Return true. So we are going to negate this. So if this returns false, that is, if it did not insert one of the numbers, that means it's a duplicate. So is duplicate true, is duplicate false. So let's just run it mentally. So if it goes, the iteration first time 1, second time it works because it has not seen this before. 2, it has not seen this before. 3, it has not seen this before. 4, it has not seen this before. 6, it has seen this before. 4, so this is going to be true. So why I understood, because I looked at the description of what the insert does. I know it inserts, it used to put values or data into a hash set, but I haven't really looked at the return type, which is always very important when working with methods, so you know the next method to chain or when to call it and so forth. So like I said before, the description says adds a value to the set, returns whether the value was newly inserted. That is, if the set did not previously contain this value, true is return. but if the set already contains this value, false is returned. Now let's call this function and see what it does. I think there's a misconception somewhere, but let me just get this. So the function is duplicate, and what we are passing here is the array. It's going to be so it's duplicate. Okay, so if we run this, it's going to print true or false. So true, that means this is a duplicate. But if we do this, I think we don't have any repeated values. This is going to, oops, why? What's going on? Okay. So it's going to return false. Now if we look at the insert again, let's clearly get the point. Why is it returning false? If the set already contains this value. Okay, our function name does not correspond to the return value or how it works. So this is not, this could make sense if we say not duplicate. So not duplicate. If the set already contains this value, false is returned, and the set is not modified. So if the set is not modified, that means it's a duplicate. So yes, its duplicate makes sense. Yes, our function name is correct. Its duplicate makes sense. So this is checking at a particular point, was the HashSet modified? Yes. Or was it not modified? No. So let me just add something here again. We have 2 here. Let me add 2 here. Duplicate is duplicate. So once it gets that, it changes the whole thing about the function, the return value. So if it finds one duplicate, whether there's multiple or not, it doesn't matter. A duplicate is a duplicate, no matter how many times individual items appear. So if we run this again, we are going to get true. Don't know why this is what. So we have true. Okay, so the whole point is bringing in the HashSet, negating this. Were you able to insert one of the values? No. Oh, we found a duplicate. So thank you, and you can check out his X handle, chinedu_10. Okay, I'll see you some other time when I find something interesting to share. Have a lovely day.